All right, guys, just a quick summary from yesterday's trading, Friday, February 9th, 2024. Ended up actually losing a few $100, basically a break-even day across the challenge accounts. Not because we didn't read it well, read it phenomenally well. I'm just not trading particularly well right now with COVID. I've got to have about 5 times the normal dosage of coffee to function, and it's not really helping the nerves when you're trading, especially when you're doing these challenges publicly and you got a spotlight on you because you're out here saying that you actually know what you're doing, unlike some other YouTube channels that are like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here, messing around. Well, I'm actually out here saying, hey, I kind of know what I'm doing and watch me. So when I do that, I obviously need to perform. It does add an element of pressure, but that's part of the game. Anyway, so reading it phenomenally well with COVID, which is great. Just really looking forward to being through this period in my life. It's been dragging on now for 2 weeks, and it's just absolutely frustrating the living fuck out of me. So yesterday, like I said, a small losing day, first one in quite a while. But these challenges, I still don't even know how to categorize these, to be honest with you, because it's like some days you trade one account, some days you trade 5 accounts, some days you trade all accounts. It's like, how do you systematically keep track of that? I don't think it's very meaningful on the actual challenges. I think what's more meaningful is to try and get through the challenges and then keep track of payouts once you get to that stage. So I think that's kind of what I'm interested in. That's the only thing that matters are the payouts and how you look at the challenges. But I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video. Let's just quickly recap yesterday's trading. So I came into the day. My favorite market was to short silver, and that was because of what I was seeing on the OMA daily, weekly charts, and it ended up just being a great call. I mean, go back and watch the live stream. I said I expect the high of the session to be up here around 73.5, which right there you can see that's when it fired up there on the back of that BLS CPI revision. Caught us off guard. I knew that was coming. I just wasn't on the calendar I was looking at, so that did kind of catch us off guard and kind of got me out of the flow there. Actually ended up shorting, but it pushed a little higher. I shorted a little earlier. I covered. I made a mistake. So I just didn't trade the analysis very well yesterday. And, that happens. I do claim to be a very good analyst because OMA is just awesome. But in terms of trading, like a good trader, but I'm not a Tom Hugard. You put Tom Hugard together with OMA, watch out. But maybe some of you guys out there are Tom Hugards. And you're just looking for the right type of analysis tools to give yourself an edge. Well, we got the edge here. Now we just got to trade it. And yesterday was just a little bit difficult in terms of actually trading. And I probably just made it more difficult than it had to be. Here on, this is the silver, this is the hourly chart, by the way. So nailed the direction and the overall resistance area basically to a T. And again, it wasn't magic, you guys. It was because yesterday we had, this is the hourly chart here. So you see how yesterday, Thursday, right? Because we're talking about Friday. So Thursday we fired up. We couldn't even test this daily extension. This is a really key daily level up here. So what I did is I brought that over to the next day here, which you can see. You can see it held during London here. So that's why coming into New York, I was so confident that was going to be a strong resistance level, a variety of other factors. But you'll see if you tune in the live streams, daily, that the analysis is usually pretty spot on, which is awesome. It gives us a great edge, but then you got to trade the edge, and that's a whole other thing. Would have had a huge day on Wednesday if my power didn't go out at the exact wrong time. So it just seems like the trading gods are a little bit like, hey, you're gonna go do these challenges publicly? Good, we're gonna fucking make it difficult for you. It's like, okay, throw it at me, baby. Let's rock and roll. As soon as I'm better, I'm gonna fucking kick ass on these challenges. In the meantime, just kind of scraping by. But so here with silver with the 15-minute chart, what we can see is that it's kind of hard because I'm keeping an eye on all these futures markets, and I'm talking about them and analyzing, and that's great. Steve in our chat, he's a standout OMA student. He's kicking ass. He does better with my analysis lately than I do because he's just sitting there listening to me analyze and trading it, right? Whereas I'm trying to analyze and then trade my challenge accounts, and soon I'm gonna have to put my own real account back on because I got to make some money while I'm doing these challenges, right? So basically, I say all that because this is kind of where I got a little flustered by that announcement that I didn't realize was coming out at 8:30. So, shorted like here. And then when it went higher, I was kind of just like, I got out here. And then I was trying to re-enter like here and it just kept dropping. So I couldn't re-enter. So then we went over to bonds and shorted the ultra bonds and, you know, made some money there, which was great. So it wasn't a bad day by any stretch. Just could have been a lot better. And I've got some ideas about, it's really just how to combine the streaming with the live trading. It's just putting all this together. I'm used to, you know, obviously these last many years, just sitting in my office and trading by myself, right? Which is, there's an element of, peacefulness to that I like, but I decided to take on this challenge of going out there on YouTube and you know, introducing Owings market analysis to people like Steve, who, you know, are going to end up benefiting hugely from it. But also it does benefit me because the more of you, if I have dedicated students who understand OMA, my goal is to, you know, set up a sort of hedge fund of sorts where, you know, different people who know what I'm talking about can keep an eye on different markets, and we alert each other during the day in the elite member section. So that's sort of the reason. People say, oh, you have an edge. Well, why would you even share your edge? Well, that's why. Not a lot of people are going to take the time to learn it anyways. Those that do are going to make a lot of money like me, and we're all going to share it with each other and help each other make more money. So that's kind of the reason. But here with silver, you can see the 15-minute chart. I missed this. I just was looking at another market, and that was the pullback right there. That would have been an absolute beauty. And then when I missed that, I was like, all right, if it pulls back again, we're shorting. So it pulled back here, you know, I shorted right here, and it, you know, kept trying to go our way, but I could see, you know, the support here. I was like, you know, I don't really want to deal with this right now. So I closed it out at break even here. And yeah, it just kind of went a little higher. I didn't see that pattern. That was another great. And then boom, you know, so it was just kind of, it was that kind of a day. It was really that kind of a week, you know, with COVID and everything else. So still wasn't a bad week by any stretch. Still, you know, getting the challenge accounts going, but I should be getting them going much, much faster. But I'm going to cut myself a little slack with, you know, doing it on live stream and COVID and all that kind of stuff. But I learned a lot. So what I'm trying to do is instead of, you know, being a victim and complaining about missing trades and this and that, I'm thinking, okay, how can I logically, you know, do this in a better way? And I think the way is like, I post my video analysis to the elite members area every single morning before London. So I can show that to you guys here. You can see here, this is sort of the back office of the elite members area, but this is, you know, similar to what you guys see when you log in, those of you who are taking the course and, you know, learning more about OMA. So here you can see, I'm gonna do a video showing you guys the elite members area in more detail. I'll show you, you know, how I go through the course. And for example, as you know, the first 7 lessons that are free are up here, and then you get into pro and then elite and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna do a separate video on that because I've had some questions about all that, and I think it's good to do a video. But here you can see, this is where I do my weekly forecast videos, right? So I post the weekly forecast videos there, and then I just started posting the daily forecast videos here this Wednesday. So these are what I post here heading into, you know, the London session every day for members to take advantage of. And I'll just show you, this is just the back office, but you just go in, you click that video, you can see the video from Wednesday was, you know, 17 minutes. And in this video, you know, I'm very clear every day about what I want to do. So for let's see, what this was for, this was for Friday, February 9th, exactly. So on this day, my picks were long wheat and short soybeans and short silver. Those are my top picks, right? So from now on in the live stream on YouTube, we're just going to focus on the top picks. And of course, we'll use the scoreboard to keep an eye on what's going on and all that kind of stuff. But the volume-based charts, guys, for those of you, and I'm going to do a separate video on this, but for those of you who trade intraday, a huge tip for you guys is to switch from minute-based charts to volume-based charts. Even if you're using candlesticks or whatever it is you're using, switch to volume-based charts or tick-based charts, whichever one you prefer. If you're trading a super short time frame, you can trade, you know, tick charts because you'll get better volume reads. But for me, I trade volume-based charts; they're fine, and I'm going to show you why. So what we're gonna do starting on Monday is I'm just going to come in a lot more focused on my top picks of the day because they're usually the best picks anyways. And then I'm not going to miss these trades. Like on silver, had I just been focused and, you know, whatever, just not looking at all these other markets, you know, I can guarantee you, you know, probably would have just for a fact shorted here, covered there, shorted up in here, you know, probably added more there. And anyways, I'm not going to trade it perfectly, but I'm going to trade it a lot better when I'm not like split focus between all these markets. Platinum was also a good one to the short side for Friday, but it had already dropped a lot by the time we started. Silver was still up near the resistance level. So what I'm going to show you here, so this is the hourly chart, right? And this is the 15-minute chart, because I like to trade the 15-minute into the hourly, just like I trade the hourly into the daily, the weekly, etc., right? So what we're going to do when I can't focus on volume-based charts, you know, across, you know, 30 different futures markets. That doesn't work, right? Because they're all closing at different times because they're based on volume count instead of time, right? And time is just I don't think it's a good variable to introduce into the trading. It's unnecessary and it causes a lot of craziness. So you'll see that the volume, this is a 5,000 volume chart for silver. And so you can see heading into New York, if I expect resistance, you know, up here into this level, then all I'm going to do is just sit and watch this chart and wait for confirmation, you know, that especially you can see it's so much better on the volume. So as this chart is pushing down, then I'm using the 1000 volume chart to confirm what I'm seeing over here. It's just a lot easier. You can get the reads. Wait till you guys start to see in the live stream on Monday what we do with the volume-based charts. The reads that you get, the entries that you get, and the way you can manage your risk is just 1,000 times better with volume-based charts with Owings Market Analysis. So I'm excited about that. So then my goal for starting Monday, hopefully I'm feeling better, number one. And then number two, just whatever my top picks are, we're going to just focus on those 2, 3, or 4 markets. Everything else can just do what it's going to do. I'm not going to worry about it. We can make plenty of money on the top picks every day. And I'm just going to have them a tab open for each one of their volume-based charts. So we can just, you know, keep a very close eye on those different markets on the volume-based charts and just trade them in the direction that we know they're most likely to head based on the Owings Market Analysis, daily, weekly patterns, etc. So I'm really excited about that. Excited to get to some PA accounts and get this going. And then I'll have to figure out, once we get the PA accounts, I guess I'll have to figure out how to trade my live accounts with the PA accounts. I guess with Quant Tower, you can kind of copy to different brokers. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I'll figure it all out, you guys. Anyways, that's it for today. I did say I was gonna raise the price last weekend on the course. To be honest, I've just been so sick and not had time that I didn't do it. I am gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do is, for those of you who are currently taking the 7-lesson free part of the course, I'm gonna send you guys are early adopters. I appreciate that. I'm going to give you a chance to, you know, be a part of this community for, you know, a really good price. I'll send out a discount code on the existing $1,500 price for the course, the indicators, the mentorship, all that stuff. I'll send you out a discount code for that if you're already enrolled for the 7 lessons. And, you know, you'll be able to get 25% off that $1,500 price now till the end of the weekend. And then when the weekend is over, I am going to raise the price to, you know, basically from $1,497 to $19.97. Then I'm just going to keep it there because, like I said, we are slowly growing. It's not a quantity thing, it's a quality thing. And since I do actually spend a lot of personal time with each person, I don't have time, you know, to have hundreds and hundreds of people. So we're going to keep the bar high, keep the community tight, and you know, just continue to do very well together. All right, you guys, take care. Good luck with your own trading. And I will, if I have some energy, I'll do some videos this weekend on the elite members area, volume-based charts, and some other things. Okay, take care.